What's good, everybody? I'm back. It's your boy, the clinician, bringing it back at it again with some new stuff in the works. And guys, I know it's been a couple of weeks. Life happens, man. Some personal issues I had to deal with. Another test that that was laid before me. I had to overcome, and that's life, right? Sometimes we go through things, and we're being tested to see how we're going to respond and how we're going to move. And you just got to know how to, deal with it, and you learn to just try to cope and move forward and, progress with life. So, man, I'm so happy to be back, though. I miss you guys. I know it's been a while, but your boy has been still collecting comics. That has not stopped. The grind don't stop. I still got goals. I still got aspirations that I'm trying to achieve for this year, and I'm still on it, y'all. I actually just sold. I actually popped the cherry, y'all. I actually sold my first comic book on Shortbox a little over a week ago. So, shout out to them for, I made my first sale. So I'm excited about that. Looking forward to doing more business and, making room, so I can, get my goals. Hopefully, the person who got their comic is happy with the product, and, moving forward, I'm just going to use that, what I gain from that, let the hobby fund itself, and try to put back into it. And that's what it's all about, y'all. So what have I been doing? So I've still been stacking, still collecting. I'm still on, active in the Instagram community. And there's actually like a lot of places that I've been following, people I've been following. I'm one for giving shout outs and giving credit when credit is due. And one place in particular I've actually gotten a lot of comics from, who I have yet to give a shout out to, which surprisingly is, Grailz Comics. They're awesome. They're on Instagram. They're a comic book store, and they do a lot of, sell a lot of comic books online. But what I really find appealing about them is they have a lot of comic books for auction. You can get some really good deals, like on some like nice Bronze, Silver Age, Copper Age comics that, you would normally be paying like hundreds of dollars for. They're auctioning them off for like starting at zero. So I've literally gotten comic books that would probably like a $50, $60 value in the auction for like 20. It is, of course, and then of course you add shipping with that, but they're really awesome, man. And one of the guys in particular, his name is Gio. So shout out to Gio, because out of everybody that I've gotten comic books from, and everybody that I purchased things from, I gotta give a shout out to Gio, because his packaging is like super on point, man. Anytime you're getting something from Gio's stash, it's going to be protected. It's going to be protected, and it's going to be on and popping, and it's going to be done right. It's going to be well protected. So, in particular, I've gotten several comic books from them. I just never got around to really just, showing them love. I think I actually did do a reel a while ago before I started doing these videos on one of the books that actually, it was a Hulk comic that actually matched my one of my wall arts out there, and I kind of made a reel of that, and I gave him a shout out on that one. But since then, I've been kind of just focusing on doing these videos, and I've still been getting knickknacks here and there. So this particular, I've gotten a couple of things from them as of late. So we're gonna break this up. We'll do another video on some other things I've gotten from Grailz Comics, and particularly Gio. But this particular, one of the biggest things I've been collecting from has been a series that I'm really trying to complete, and it's something that's very doable. This is a series that is really near and dear to my heart. It's a character that is really near and dear to my heart. No, it's not Thor. I know you guys are like, oh man, here goes another Thor, man. No. Thor is still my number one. He's still like, my favorite character, comic book character. But this is another character who is really important to me as well. And you know, this is a character I'm really trying to also complete a run with as well. So your boy got a lot going on. And I apologize if there was a little bit of a rattle going on, a little bit of a shaking. I'm actually doing laundry today, so you know the struggle is real. You know, I'm up here trying to multitask. That's what it's about. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this bad boy up, and then I'm gonna tell you like the history, you know, behind, you know, this particular comic, what I got going on with Grailz Comics, how it came to be, and you know, we'll get into it. So let me go ahead and open this bad boy up, and let's see what we got here. So just go ahead and bear with me, and you know, we'll see what's going on. But I'm so happy. I really am happy to be back, guys. You don't know how much I love doing these videos. And the community is so cool. So shout out to the community for, you know, supporting your boy. I mean, I've actually been getting some pretty good, you know, views on my previous videos. I've been getting a lot of great, you know, feedback and love from people. So I'm just really, it's really motivated. And all I'm doing, you know, I'm not doing it for any, you know, monetary gain. I just love talking comics. You know, I really love just like shooting the breeze with you guys and just, you know, sharing my collection, sharing my experiences. And, you know, hopefully, you know, you guys enjoy it and feel the same as well. So, you know, I really do appreciate, you know, all the support. And see, Gio, look at this, man. Gio, though, he had it. This man had it in a box, right? Then he had it in another box. And now he got it in another box. This is why I love Gio, man. Like, Gio be on his stuff, man. Gio be on it. And I think this is a Gemini box, too, which I think Gemini is, like, really good with protecting their comics, you know, with their packaging and stuff. So, he be on it, man. I thought Gio be on it. And he wrote my name on it, Clinician, man. I love that. Love that, man. Shout out to Gio. Shout out to Gio at Grailz Comics, man, for making sure my babies got here safe and sound, and you know, without any issues, man, because that's so important, you know, when you're packaging, and you know, of course, because we can't control, you know, how the what the shipping companies do, right? So we're kind of leaving it up to them to make sure it gets here safe, and you know, gets here safe and sound. And you know, it's scary. It's scary, man, because, you know, I worry, man, is it going to make your safe? Because at the end of the day, you know, we can only do but so much, right? But if you're packaging it as best as you can, a lot of times, you know, you don't have to worry about it too much. You don't run into those types of issues. So, just, man, great job with making sure it was packaged well. Of course, it was sent priority. So, you know, they sometimes they put a little bit extra care into those types of packages, but you know, I'm definitely happy to have this or have these comic books, because it's more than one. And you know, thank you, Gio. All right, man. So what do we got here? All right, so I got a gumbo pot of comics. So we're gonna mix it up a little bit. So the character that Grailz Comics has helped me on my journey with in collecting is none other than the Sky Rider of the Spaceways himself, Mr. Norrin Radd, the protector of the galaxy, the server of the once Herald of Galactus, my man, the Silver Surfer. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. My man, the Silver Surfer. Now, Norrin, man, so what can I say about this guy? So, you know, we'll go through each of the issues, but, you know, Silver Surfer, okay, this is a character who I was introduced, actually, let me reflect back. I was actually introduced to the Silver Surfer during the Infinity Gauntlet. That's when I actually first learned of this character. And, you know, I was a kid at the time, but I just always thought his design was like, he had one of the coolest designs. I mean, he's a silver dude riding a board. And, you know, he was actually like one of the last like heroes standing during the Infinity Gauntlet saga, right? And if you read the Infinity Gauntlet, you know Silver Surfer was one of the, aside from Adam Warlock, was a major player in that series, right? So what I loved about the Silver Surfer is his storyline, his background. So this is a guy who's basically sacrificed himself, to Galactus to save his people because, Norrin Radd, his real name, right, was once a guy who, stayed in a world that was very progressive. They had cured like disease. They had all this technology, all these medicines. They were living longer lives. They were a very progressive community. And unfortunately, one day, Galactus happened to stumble upon their planet. Galactus is that he don't care how progressive you are or what you're doing for the humanity. Galactus says, I'm destined to eat all life anyway. That's just what I am. I'm a constant. I'm a necessary evil that has to be. I'm hungry. I'm going to eat. That's just what it is. Galactus got to eat. He hungry. He don't care. He don't care. It all tastes the same to him. So, basically to save his people, Norrin Radd agreed and appealed to Galactus to be his herald. And unfortunately, he had to leave behind his people. Shalabal, was his, girlfriend or wife. I think it was I don't know if it was his girlfriend or his wife at the time, but they were an item. And, he really loved her and he ended up having to leave. And, once Galactus, took him, he gave him the power cosmic, and Norrin Radd, went from looking kind of like a human to what you see today, the Silver Surfer. So, Jack Kirby actually came up with the design and the concept for the Silver Surfer, and of course Stan Lee coined him with the name, and he really liked the idea, and really liked the look of the character, and they ended up putting out this comic book, right? Well, interestingly enough, and I thought it was kind of interesting that they put out this comic book, right? But Jack Kirby didn't do because he was introduced in Fantastic Four issue 448, right? But when it came to his own solo series, Jack Kirby, the creator of the Silver Surfer, right, of this character, in terms of the design, did not do the actual series, which I still to this day don't know why that was. And instead, he chose, Stan Lee went a different route with John Buscema. And for you guys you don't know, John Buscema is the one he's done some really iconic covers. He's really known for his works on Conan. He's really done that was his baby. He'll tell you to this day, he's deceased now, but he would tell you that Conan was his favorite character to draw. And he actually hated, and I didn't even know this till later, he actually did not like doing superheroes. He really didn't like that. He preferred doing, more of the mythological stuff like Conan and things of that nature. And I think that's why he did such a great job with Thor. Even though Thor is a superhero, he still kind of tied in with that barbarian type of dynamic. Even though he's a Viking from Viking lore, it still kind of coincides, I think, with that Conan-like art. So to me, I think he's the best drawer of Thor to this day. Don't get me wrong, my favorite storyline, all put together, is Walt Simonson. And Walt Simonson is the GOAT when it comes to just Thor storytelling, the full, complete package. But in terms of just from a drawing and artistic standpoint, John Buscema hands down. Dude is just wickedly awesome, when it came to how he drew. Now, when it comes to Silver Surfer, he also drew Silver Surfer. And, he did that iconic cover with Silver Surfer about to attack Thor, Silver Surfer #4. And, I have that one as well. And I think I presented that in one of my previous videos. So you can go back and, listen to the review on that. But, to this day, Big John Buscema is definitely my favorite comic book artist. But, he did this whole run. I believe it was a short series, Silver Surfer. I think it had 18 issues total, when they came out with this particular story arc. And it introduced a lot of characters. One of the biggest introductions was Mephisto, who is rumored to actually be making an appearance in MCU. And I think with the new, what's the comic character? She's a witch, Agatha Harkness. I think there's rumors that he's going to make an appearance in that. So who knows? I don't know. But in any event, this is actually, speaking of Mephisto, this is actually Mephisto's, if I'm not mistaken, his 4th appearance, I believe, on Silver Surfer number 8. And, basically, this is, you see Silver Surfer hovering, through one of his enemies, the Ghost. And, during this time, I believe Silver Surfer was actually, he could not leave the solar system. Basically Galactus had quarantined him, to traveling nothing but the solar system after his betrayal on Fantastic Four issue number 50, right? He turns on Galactus, and basically Galactus, punished him because, Silver Surfer developed feelings, and he developed an attachment, to human society. And basically these, like, his solo series chronicles his, his curiosity for the human species, but also his developing connection to his own humanity. Because let's be real, like, for, centuries or for however long, Silver Surfer was roaming these spaceways with Galactus. He lost a lot of his humanity. I mean, granted, he would try to find, when he was early on aware, he would try to find planets that were uninhabited and, didn't have any life on for Galactus to devour. But over time, he became, a robotic almost, and lost his humanity. And I think that was just his way of dissociating, from his humanity. So it made things easier, for him to be able to find these planets for Galactus. But once he got it back, he was able to turn against Galactus, and, Galactus sentenced him to, the solar system, for a time. And eventually he would be able to get out of that and, travel the galaxies and go places and things of that nature. And at one point he actually did link back up with Galactus and team back up with him, and, and served as his herald again. But, all in all, like, I love the old, like, Jack Kirby John Buscema stand work for this series. I just thought the art was so dope, and I actually got a critical acclaim, for this particular run, So this next comic book is another Silver Surfer, and this is actually in a little bit better shape than the other one. This one was probably about, and then again, I got this on Grailz Comix at an auction. I think I got it for about like 20 something bucks at an auction. I gotta look back and check it. It's probably about with the nooks and crannies, probably about like a 3.5, maybe a 4. Nothing crazy. But you have to also remember, this is Silver Age. So the value is still gonna be pretty high. But these babies I'm holding on to. Like, I'm gonna complete this run, this collection. So this next comic book is another Silver Surfer, and it's his first encounter with Spider-Man. And, this was actually in a lot better shape, actually. This one looks like it's probably about with the tears and stuff, probably about a 5.0. So it's a little bit better shape. 4.5, 5.0 maybe. So this is his first interaction with Spider-Man. And to be honest with you guys, I really haven't had a chance to read all of these earlier issues of Silver Surfer. I just love the character so much. I want to go back to the beginning. So I do need to actually get the Omni. I'm actually looking to have it on back order so I can read all the stories. I've read some of them, but not all of them. So I know pretty much the gist of a lot of the big moments in the run. But this is one of the later moments. This is like in one of the later issues when he meets with Spider-Man. This is their first interaction together, and them kind of meeting. So it's a pretty cool cover. I love the art in this, man. John Buscema just did his thing, man. Like, he's just such a dope artist, man. Like, and it's ironic that he really didn't like doing superheroes, but he was so good at it. Man did his job. But I just love how the colors pop on this. Like, this is actually a pretty strong copy, for this particular comic, man. Like, I like this. I really like this, man. And again, Grailz Comic Show, good deals. I think I got this for like $30. Like, so, Grailz Comics. Shout out to Grailz Comics. Support them, man. They're so dope. And I think this is actually from Geo's. Well, all of this is from Geostash. So when you're getting it from Geostash, you get some quality work, man. He's actually a really good grader too. He'll tell you what he thinks the book is, and he's usually pretty spot on. Like, I have to agree with him. Looking at it up close, very accurate in his depiction. Now, I also got another thing from, we're going to switch it up a little bit. So from Grailz Comics, I got another issue. This one's actually not Silver Surfer. So this was actually mixed in. So I'm just going to go ahead and share it, seeing as how, it was a part of the package. But this one I actually got an auction again. That's pretty much when I go to Grailz Comics, where I just go ahead and get do the auctions, because them deals be on point. Keep doing them auctions, guys. Like, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'll be back soon. I had to take a little bit of a break. I took a little bit, took a little hit recently, but I'm gonna be back. I'm going to be back. I promise you. I promise you that. So this particular comic, Uncanny X-Men 244. And what is the significance of this particular comic book? So this comic book is the first appearance of Jubilee. So for those of you guys who do not know who Jubilee is, if you guys have been watching, if you guys are familiar with the 90s X-Men cartoon, or even like the new X-Men 97, she's the Asian teenager who controls like fire, who can shoot out fireworks. And, she wears like the yellow jacket, and she has like the pink shades, and has that 90s punk look, to her. She will eventually join, I believe, Generation X. She had a big part in that comic book run, but she was big in the 90s. So Jubilation Lee, this is her first appearance back in 1989. So this is still Christopher Claremont's run. This is her first appearance. I love X-Men, y'all. As you can see. Can we have you know what? We're going to have to do, we definitely going to do, I'm waiting, because I've been watching X-Men 97. I know y'all like, well, where's your videos about X-Men at? It's coming. It's coming. Trust me, especially after episode 5. Matter of fact, let's have a moment of silence for episode 5, because of, we just going to have if you know, remember it. Let's have a moment of silence. Okay, cool. Had to do that for my mans. You see the shirt, you see what I'm wearing. If you know, you know. I don't want to spoil it, but we gonna get there. But I had to do that moment of silence, man, because that episode was so intense. It had your boy, woo, man, chef's kiss on that one. But X-Men 244, first appearance of Jubilee. Not one of the bigger X-Men characters. She's really more to me. I mean, yes, she was introduced in the comic book, but I knew her more from the cartoon back in the day. Like back in the 90s, she was a lot. The cool thing about her characters, was that you got to look at the X-Men through her eyes. She was kind of like our window into the world of the X-Men. So she was kind of like the new kid on the block, kind of like how Kitty Pryde was back in the early 80s. She was the new kid on the block, troubled youth, troubled teen, trying to figure things out. And then she ends up, she was adopted, in a foster home. And, the parent, she was in trouble, just getting into trouble. And then she ends up, the famous scene when she's at the mall, and then the Sentinels basically start chasing her. And then, she meets each of the X-Men at the mall, and they're all protecting her. And she ends up joining later down the line. So I just think it's it just kind of, pulled on the heartstrings when I saw this for auction. Like I love the X-Men. So, I'm collecting this, I collect stuff here and there, certain issues that really resonate with me personally. I'm not necessarily going for a whole entire run, on the X-Men, but I'm kind of cherry picking certain sagas that I like. Like I'm really trying to complete the Phoenix saga. What was it called? The Mutant Massacre. I would love to complete that run, stuff like that. I'm looking to complete certain arcs in the story. So, but not necessarily like every single X-Men issue, because I got too much on my plate already. I'm already trying to get all the Thor. I'm trying to get everything with Silver Surfer, and I got Teen Titans. It's just not. So X-Men is just a whole nother beast. But I do love X-Men. If it wasn't for X-Men, I told you before, I would not be into comics. My introduction was the 90s X-Men show. So that's what got me into it. So first appearance of Jubilee. love the character. Think she's really dope. She was cool. Like I said, she was our window into the X-Men in that series. In the comics, she's pretty cool character as well. And I finally got this in my stash, so this one, is gonna go into PC. Now, this particular comic here, I didn't ask for, so I don't know. I'm guessing Gio just threw this in. So shout out to Gio, man, like for throwing in a bonus. Like, appreciate you. Thank you. So this is Silver Surfer #1, Silver Surfer Black #1, and this actually looks like damn near a 9.8. This is a really nice copy. Man. Shout out to Grailz Comics, yo. Holla at your boy. But this is actually a Donny Cates run on Silver Surfer. So during this time is when Donny Cates was introducing the whole symbiote concept, and he was really expounding on that. Like, for you guys who don't know, like Donny Cates really got Venom popping. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, he really got Venom popping, and he introduced this concept of Null, who was basically the god of the symbiotes, and basically he had been around since the beginning of the time. So Silver Surfer actually had an interaction with this particular character, with Null, and they had a back and forth battle, and stuff happens, and without me spoiling it for you, somehow Silver Surfer ends up turning black, and this is Donny Cates' introduction, into that world, and he definitely plays a bigger part in King Black art. Silver Surfer does, and he comes in full, just blazing. So Silver Surfer is that dude, and with his new powers that he gets, from him being black, can't tell you why, but I don't want to spoil it for you. It really makes sense. So Donny Cates' writing on this was really good, and I love the art. The art is a little trippy. It has like a psychedelic type of look to it, but I dig it. I'm not mad at it. I still rock with it, and I need to finish that run too, actually. So I need to probably get up and finish reading that. And there's an Omni for I think that run as well. So definitely got to get up on that. But yeah. But guys, I'm back. I am back. We will start doing more weekly videos. I will try my best to stay consistent with that, because I really do like hanging with you guys. My fiance, like, you need to start getting your edit game up, so she's wanting to help me out with that. I said, hey, babe, if you can help your boy out with it, I'm all with it, because I'm slow when it comes to editing. I just like get it in, get it out. Like, I don't be having time to do a lot of all that stuff. But she said she gonna help me, so we'll see how that goes. But in the interim, guys, I do want to ask, what is a run that you've been looking to complete that you've been really wanting to do, but just haven't really got around to completing yet, or you're working on it? I'd really love to get some feedback on it. So guys, put in the comment section, what is a run that you guys would like to complete and, finish? So, and let me know in the comment section what that is, okay? But with that being said, it's great to be back, man. Cool rocking with you guys. Thank you for hanging with your boy tonight, or today, whatever time zone you're in. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.